welcome to our food channel. I am your hostess, Zheng Shiqi.
Hello everyone, welcome to our live streaming. I'm so glad to see you guys here, and I'm your host, Dong Yiqing. Now we are at Xi'an Restaurant, a time-honored brand. It has a long history, and in there, every local people's heard of it.
Well, actually, I have heard it too, even if I am not a local. So it is very famous here, and the history, let me think, it was founded in 1929.
Wow.
So it has a history of almost 100 years.
Yeah.
And every Shanxi local person likes to come to this place, and they like to invite their friends, families from all over the world here in order to have an enjoyment of the food's memory and to have people here.
Well, that's so popular. And luckily, we have a special activity today. We will have the opportunity to make the dishes by ourselves. And as you can see, the cooking area is just in front of us.
So what dish are we going to make today?
Yeah, today we're going to learn how to make the special soup that local people love since their childhood, the poached pork bowl soup. Have a bite of it. It will warm both your heart and your stomach.
Well, I have heard of this food, but because I'm an outsider, I'm not a Shanxi local. So maybe for me, Shanxi food is full of happiness and richness. But actually, there are some very healthy and very healthy and light food, just as this. The perfect example.
Yeah. And the soup is originated from the ordinary family in Shanxi and has a long history of over 100 years. You can see it both on the normal home table or the formal banquet. It doesn't have so much complicated seasonings, and the taste of freshness just comes from its natural ingredients.
Yeah, because the seasoning is just few, so we need to pay attention when we make it. We need to pay attention to all the procedures and all the details, like how to make the meatball, how to make the soup, things like that. So every step must be taken good care of.
Yeah, so are you interested in this? So you can type on the screen to let us know. Okay, so we have talked a lot about this, and I can't wait to start. So let's do it.
Oh, it is not us who are going to do it. Today we have invited a very professional chef in order to guide us to make the dish today. So let's welcome the chef, 欢迎师傅.
Okay, welcome the chef, 欢迎师傅.
Let the chef make a self introduction to us. 那么师傅可以先为我们做一个自我介绍吗？
我是大唐不夜城西安饭庄的厨长丁建军。
And he is Ding Jianjun, the chef in command in this restaurant in the Everlight City.
Yeah, in the Tang Dynasty, Everbright City. Yeah, and let's start. Also, can the chefs introduce these materials to us? 所以师傅可以请您就是给我们介绍一下这些菜品吗？
行，今天给大家制作的是一个生川丸子汤。
Okay, so today we're going to make the poached pork bowl soup.
选用的是猪的这个后腿肉。
And this is our main ingredients, the 500 grams of the pork hind leg meat.
用到的食材有鸡蛋。
And these are the auxiliary materials, and these are the 2 eggs.
小青菜。
The green vegetables.
木耳。
The black fungi.
生姜。
And the ginger.
小葱。
The scallion.
圣女果。
And the tomatoes.
还有盐。
And with the salt, these are the seasoning, the salt.
味精。
MSG.
白糖。
Sugar.
香油。
Sesame oil.
腐竹。
Toast skins.
胡椒粉。
White pepper.
鸡精。
Chicken's essence.
玉米淀粉。
And cornstarch.
对，食材就这么多。
I've heard of it because in order to make this, the ratio of this pork must be controlled very properly. Like 30% of the lean meat and 70% of fat meat. 就是师傅他猪肉的比例是有讲究的，那么为什么要选择这样的比例呢？
因为猪的后腿肉是制作这个丸子汤最好的这个食材。
Okay, so it is the best cut to make the meatballs.
完了以后，它的肥瘦比例刚刚好，它的瘦的部分是7分，肥的是3分。
And there's 30% fat and 70% lean meat.
这块肉它的筋膜比较少，口感好。
It has the few tendons, so it makes the taste more better.
And now the procession starts.
Okay, so let's start do it. Okay, so what's the first step? 师傅，这个第一步是什么呢？
第一步就是先要把肉切成那个薄薄的片儿。
Okay, so the first step, as you can see, the chef is slice the meat.
Yeah, you can see the thickness of it, but it's not too thick, but not too thin, right?
Yeah, and I think that the knife is fierce, so you can cut the meat, easily.
Yeah. And maybe we can see it, maybe it sounds easy and looks easy, but actually when we do it, we must pay attention to every details in order to have the best technique.
Yeah, as you can see that the chef is very professional, right?
切完片以后要把它切成那个细一点的丁。
Okay, so the second step is to dice it into the small parts.
Yeah, because we are going to turn it little by little in order to finally have the final effects of turning it into very small parts. And now we are going to do the process. Let's watch it. Yeah, we can see the meat is now processed very, very carefully.
Yes.
因为切成丁的话，在最后剁的时候，它才颗粒感才比较饱满。
So in order to have the most granular effects, we need to take it step by step instead of just chuck it from the start. So now we can see that our chef is going to make this little by little in order to make it into very small parts in order to have the best flavor.
Yeah, and it's more easy to chop it into the paste.
Yeah. And now we can see, so we can see the entire chunk has become these small parts in order to make this very.
最后还要那个剁一下。
Finally, we need to chop it into very small parts. We can hear the sound, right? It's very rhythmic and actually, I think it's even musical to some extent.
Yeah, and I can smell the pork meat.
Yeah, so we can see it has become smaller and smaller. And let's see what kind of effect will this to have. And now we can see that our chef is taking this example for us. Maybe in our daily life, we can just try to process our food like in this way. Maybe from the start, we may be doubting about, how to make this. But actually, every step will be shown very carefully and in great details.
Yeah, and I wonder that why we will choose the 3 to 7. Why we choose this? 所以师傅，为什么我们就是要选这个3分肥7分瘦的这个肉呢？
因为这个比例的话，使那个丸子的口感会更加的口弹，嚼起来更有嚼劲儿。
那如果太多瘦肉的话，
太多瘦肉的话，那个肉丸就会太柴了。
Okay.
对，肥肉太多的话，它的就没有弹性。
Okay, so this ratio is the best ratio to make the meatballs. If you add too much lean meat, it will make the meatballs too dry and tough. But if you add too much fat, it will, to make the meatballs too much greasy, and maybe it will fall apart while you're boiling.
现在咱的这个肉馅就剁好了。
Okay, so that is the chopped means.
我可以让大家看一下，不要剁到这个状态。
Everyone can say that at this state.
看颗粒感还是比较饱满的。
We can see the granular and the full quality.
然后就把它拿回来，因为提前会剁好一点，要不然这个时间原因。
Okay.
So these are the chopped meat. We can see it's very thin.
给大家再看一下。
Now let's see about.
Everyone can see that, yeah.
We can see the color. We can see the lights, right? It's very fresh.
Yeah, and if you have any confusion, please type on the screen to let us know, and we will answer you. Okay, and now let's move on to the next part. Okay, 所以师傅，这个第二部分是
第二部
什么呢？
分的话，在前面就要把这个葱姜，要提前的话用那个清水泡一下。
Okay, so the next part we need to process the ginger and the scallion.
再弄点清水啊。
So we need to add some water in order to let the ginger and the scallion soak into it. Now we can see our chef is processing the ginger.
Yeah, slice the ginger.
And get prepared.
Slice the ginger to make it more easy to into the water and make the water.
Yes, and this is actually a very necessary process in it.
拆一下的话，就泡的时候更入味一些。
And we can do this to the scallion, and in order to make the flavor more expressed. And now let's see, where's our water?
Yeah, and after we chop the ginger and the scallion, we need some water, and we need to add this into the water
in order to let it release the flavor.
Yeah.
So chef, why do we need to use water instead of, like, we can see the water is right here, so we can see maybe some people may think that, okay, we can just chop the ginger and chop them, but what is the use of water? Do you know it?
Maybe I think that if you mix the if you directly mix them in the meat, maybe it will make the taste bad, but if you soak it, if you put the meat soak it, it will make the taste better.
就这个葱姜水，我在这再泡一会儿，泡一会儿的话，它更入味了。
Yeah, so we need to wait for a moment in order to let the flavor release fully. So chef, what is the use of water instead of just chopped ginger? 就是
Yeah, why we use the infused water?
就是为什么我们要用葱姜水，而不是直接用切好的葱姜呢？
切好的葱姜会影响丸子的这个口感，完了以后葱姜水加水会让这个肉质更滑嫩一些。
Okay, it is because like if we use the water, we infuse it into the meat, and so we can make the meat more sticky and with more flavor. So we are now waiting for the water to let the flavor release. So chef, can you introduce briefly to us what is the next step? 那么下一步我们接下来要做什么呢？
下一步我们开始这个调制肉馅儿。
And the next step is to
里边放少许的这个盐。
Okay, let's add some salt.
味精
MSG
白糖
sugar
白糖是提鲜用的
this is to enhance the flavor
鸡精
the chicken essence
胡椒粉
white pepper. So what are these? Okay, so the chef means that the white pepper can remove the fishness and
玉米淀粉
to warm the body.
this is cornstarch.
So what's the function of the cornstarch? 所以师傅，这个玉米淀粉的这个作用是什么呢？
玉米淀粉是让那个肉更有粘性，吃起来口感更弹牙。
Okay, so the cornstarch it functions to hold the shape and makes the taste better.
完了以后再加入2个蛋清。
Yeah, and now let us make 2 egg whites.
Oh, very
Yeah, and guys,
careful.
can you see that? Let us remove this. You can see that the chef is making 2 egg whites into the meat.
This
不要
is
蛋
the,
清，不要这个蛋黄哦。
yeah, we need to leave the egg white instead of the egg yellow.
Oh, why we don't use the egg yellow? 为什么我们不用这个蛋黄呢？
因为蛋黄的话放进去了以后，这个肉馅儿就会发酵。
Oh, so if we use the egg yellow, it will be fermented and it will be taste very bad.
行，我现在戴一下手套。
Okay, now we need to put our gloves in order to keep the
Yeah.
food healthy and clean.
Yeah, and so you can see our chef is very professional.
And maybe the next step, I guess, it is to do something
Squeeze
to the meat.
and knead it, I think.
Maybe,
Yeah, you know.
but let us witness it afterwards. We can see now our chef is wearing the gloves. And let's see it. We can look at the color of it. Very clean, very bright.
Yeah, and I can
And-
smell the. Yeah, you can see that. Can you see that?
Yeah, they are not mixed yet, but we can expect already what kind of scent it will have, right?
Yes,
So have you ever tasted of this?
I have tasted before because our family will do some dumplings and it's kind of like this.
Kind of like
Yeah,
this.
and we all make some fillings like this.
But
We will
actually,
marinate it.
I have never tasted this food, but today I will have this special chance, and I wish people from all over the world can have this chance in order to have this kind of experience to taste this flavor, come to China and have it.
Yeah, I'm very looking forward you to come to China and come to their Xi'an restaurant.
Yeah, and let's see it. Do you remember still what that is? Let's have a
Okay.
little test.
Yeah, let's have review of the seasonings. So these are the salt. These are the salt, and these are the
MSG.
Yeah, MSG, And these are the
sugar.
white sugar. White sugar means it functions as to,
Enhance the
enhance the flavor.
Yeah,
okay.
correct.
And this is the semi-star oil. It's made by the semi-star.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is the
Cornstarch.
The cornstarch functions as to hold the meatball's shape. Yeah, and this is the white pepper. No, someone don't like to eat the white pepper because they think it's too
kind of stingy.
Yeah, but the white pepper it has the function to warm your body. Okay, and this is do you remember what is this?
Oh, you just mistake this too. Actually, this is the white pepper, right?
Okay.
You failed the test.
Sorry,
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
audiences have noticed her mistake?
Yeah, and so this is the white pepper, and
this is
the
the chicken essence. That's correct.
And the essence and the essence and the also enhances the flavor.
Okay, now our chef is ready. Let's stir. So what do we need to pay attention when stirring? 在搅拌的过程中，我们应该注意些什么呢，师傅？
首先第一步实际上先把它搅匀。
So first we need to balance it to mix them together.
搅匀，加入少许的这个刚才泡的这个葱姜水。
And then we add the water that was processed before. I heard of it because when we stir, do we need to in one direction or just randomly? 我们是按同一个方向搅呢，还是说就用不同的方向来搅呢？
第一步是搅匀，搅匀了以后，
要
把它彻底拌匀，完了以后打的时候就只能朝一个方向打。
Yeah, the first step is to mix them together.
Mix them well.
Yeah.
Let the flavor mix it well.
But afterwards, we need to focus on one direction in order to not let it fall apart.
Yeah, and you can see that the chef is stir it in one single direction, but not stir randomly.
朝一个方向打的话，它这个丸子就特别容易上劲儿。
Okay, so we need to stir in one direction to build the elasticity and to make it taste better. If you don't taste better, if you don't stir it, maybe it will, make the taste bad and the texture is not so firm.
Yeah, sometimes we need to pay attention to not only the flavor but also the texture. The flavor is something you can feel,
大家
but
可以看一下，这搅拌均匀，加了第一次水，
Yeah, so now you can see that.
颗粒感呀，啥都比较上劲儿。
It's bright red, and you can see that it's firm texture.
当这个肉完全把这个葱姜水吸完了以后，下来以后又要再加入第二次再加入这个葱姜水，这要少量多次的往里加。
And so now we need to add more the scallion and ginger water to make the flavor more.
we can see the process is kind of pretty long, but we need patience in order to have the best flavor, right? And now?
Yeah, and trust us, we will bring you the delicious food, the delicious meatballs we are making now.
So we can see during this process, this meat is mixed together, and we can see the flavorings and the seasonings has been combined and absorbed into the meat. So maybe the effect seems small, but actually when we taste it, everything is delicate and in detail.
Yeah, and if in your
第三次
hometown,
加入这个葱姜水。
Now is the third time to add the water, so we need to add them step by step instead of just add it at once.
所以师傅，为什么我们要一步一步的加，而不是说全部一次性倒进去呢？
First, we need to buy it step by step instead of adding whole.
全部一次性倒进去的话，水太多了，这个肉吸收的比较慢，它就打不上劲儿，上不了劲儿，就丸子就咬着就不够弹牙。
Okay, if we add too much water at once, we will infect this soak of the meat, and it will not well to the elasticity, and it will make the taste bad. So we need to add this water divide into step by step. I mean divide it to 3 times.
现在就这个丸子就打好了。
Okay, and now this is the processed meat. You can see that.
现在需要加入少许的这个香油。
And now we need to
腌制一下。
add some the sesame oil to marinate it. Wow, can you see that? I can smell the sesame oil.
I can smell it too. So the oils, it may seems like little, but actually the flavor is very huge.
好了，这个需要
Yeah.
放静置上5到10分钟。
So now we need to place it for about 5 to 10 minutes and let's just wait. But you know what? I have something to discuss with you. So you know that this
Maybe we need to wait the chef to
introduce to us.
boil the water.
Yeah.
Boil the water.
我
Okay.
们先把这个制作丸子的这个水先烧上。
Yeah. So now we need to put some water into the bowl and to boil it.
So we can see the water is just flowing. Let's wait what kind of magic it can work.
Yeah. So how much water do we have to add to? 我们要加多少的水呢，师傅？
这个水大概就是2000克。
2000克 ，maybe 2000 milliliters.
Yeah, and let's wait it for boiling. And during this process, we can see that our chef is cleaning the board. So it's very important. We need to keep everything clean and healthy.
Yeah, and at this time we can talk something. So, 诗琪, do you know the meaning of the Cuan?
Actually, I don't know about it because
Yeah, I haven't heard it before. So maybe we can ask the chef to know it.
yeah. So chef, I've heard it because the name of this food is Sheng Cuan Wanzi Tang in Chinese, but actually Cuan, this word for us is a little bit unfamiliar. So can you explain to us what Cuan means? 就是川这个字是什么意思呢？
川是我们陕西这个烹饪技法的一个独特的做法，就是沸水煮。
So it is a very unique technique for Shanxi cuisine. So we need to first boil the water and then to quickly put the meat into it.
Oh, so you mean the Cuan means the quick boiled?
所以意思就是说，川是煮的很快的意思吗？
等于说是用那个沸水把它煮开，知道吧？完了以后再用这个泡，知道吧？
So firstly we need to boil it and then we need to put the meatball into it.
因为煮这个丸子火不能太大，火太大的话会把这个肉馅冲散。
We cannot put the heat too much. If the heat is too much, maybe it will fall apart. So the
Yeah, so we must use the small fire to heat it. Okay, so Shiqi, I have heard that in your hometown there is a food kind of like this. So can you introduce to us to the audience?
yeah, in my
首
hometown.
先我把这个丸子汤里边这个配料切一下。
Okay, let's first see how to prepare.
那个圣女果。
Yeah, and while the chef is processing the
Tomatoes.
yeah, let the Shiqi to continue introduce her hometown's food.
So in my hometown, there's kind of food that is like this. It is also kind of meatball, but actually the meat is different. So in my hometown, there's something that is called yuan. So it just literally means fish meatball. So maybe you can guess from the fish, right? So maybe have you ever heard of it?
I have never heard of it, but do you mean that the surface is the fish?
Yeah, the surface is fish. The fish is always is too stirred here, and then we need to make the pork into it, and then it's actually this is a combination of fish and pork.
So it means the surface is the fish, but the inside is the pork.
Yes, maybe the
Wow.
combination may sound strange, but
I don't think so. I think it's an interesting combination.
because it's interesting, you need to come to my hometown and have a taste of it. But actually, today what we are going to introduce is only a part of Chinese cuisine. Actually, Chinese food is always full of colorful things, very diversified, and we can see lots of different foods. Maybe you can see, oh, today we're going to make this, but maybe tomorrow, after tomorrow, we will introduce you different
We
kinds
will
of
introduce
food.
you more foods. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like in my hometown, I'm come from Sichuan province, and in my hometown we like to eat the hot pot, and
Oh.
we need to make some the materials just like this, and we need to put the meatballs into the hot pot, and we just boil it, and when it is done, and we just to eat it.
So what kind of food do you usually put in your hot pot?
Kind of like the all the food can to put in the barbecue. For example, the meatballs or the green vegetables, yeah, and also the beef.
I've heard it because hot pot is virtually everywhere in China. So what is special about Sichuan hot pot?
it's kind of like maybe the spicy, spicy
Oh.
taste. Everyone says that it is too hot or too spicy for the hot pot in Sichuan. But I think that but today we are introduced to you the natural taste of freshness in Shanxi. It's like the poached pork bowl soup. The taste is very refreshing and inviting aroma.
So, so you can see that the flavor is differing from one place to another. Maybe
it's totally different to the food in Sichuan. It's too hot, and it's a natural fresh.
Yeah, I think both natural and flavoring counts, but in different occasions. So maybe today we were going to have this, but tomorrow the flavor may be different. Each time you will have a new challenge, you will have a new thing to try.
Yeah, and we really recommend you to travel to China and to make the dishes by yourself. Okay, so now,
现在水烧开了，我可以把这个丸子开始煮了。
Okay, so now you can see the water is already, and we need to to put the meatballs to the bowl, to the pot.
So we can see the meatball is going to be boiled, and we can see the technique is very interesting because we need to do this and like that.
I think that the technique is very, interesting to me, and I never see the technique before. The squeeze it and to knead it to the meatballs to the pot.
So I want to ask a question because we can see it's right here, but we cannot weigh it, right? So what is the weight of each meatball? 那么师傅每一个肉球它的重量差不多多少呢
15-16克。
About 15 to 16 grams. So maybe we can guess it is actually not so heavy. So it always presents the freshness and the natural flavor of it.
Yeah, and you can eat it by one bite.
Yeah, and we can.
It's a middle size, not too big or not too small.
Soon we will see the effects, and now we can see they are sinking to the bottom. Maybe after several minutes, it will flow up. 就是师傅他可能是不是他说会浮起来？
是，等它成熟了，它就会浮起来。
So how long time will we wait? So 我们会这个是一般多长时间会熟呢？
它熟的话，基本上就7到8分钟。
Okay, maybe 7 to 8 minutes.
During this process, we can see it maybe slowly it will go up, and we can wait to have a taste.
Yes, and I have a question that do we have to choose the pork if someone if our audience they don't eat pork, so maybe can we choose the other meat like the beef or like the chicken? 师傅，如果就是我们不能吃猪肉的话，就是可不可以换成其他的肉呢？
可以做成虾丸或者做成鱼丸。
Yeah, and we can make it to the fish
or
bowl.
Shrimp.
Yeah, or the shrimp bowl.
So the choice is very much, and we can have different kinds of choice suiting everyone's flavor.
Yeah, and you can choose your favorite meat to make the bowls.
But the technique and the freshness and the naturalness is always there. As we can see, it starts to bubble right now, and
some small bubbles, and they are flow up. Yeah, and
Can
when the
you smell it right now?
I can smell the freshing flavor and the some aroma is probably kind of like the pork.
可以看着它慢慢的就浮起来。
Wow.
Now we can see them floating right now, one by one, but some are just sinking right here because everything needs patience and we need to wait in the process. And now we can see the chef is stirring in order to make them balanced and heated.
Balanced averagely.
Yeah, because everything needs to be.
Oh, they're so round. Do you notice this shape is so round?
Yeah, the round shape. I think round for us is just the resemblance of fullness, of perfection. It is actually a very important symbol in our daily life. Not only this meatball, but also in different kinds of things.
在这个过程中，我要给它里边再要加入这个调味料。
And during this process, the seasoning will be added.
盐。
We need to add some the salt. The salt made it taste better.
味精。
The MSG. This is actually frequently used in Chinese cuisine.
Yes.
白糖提鲜，
The white sugar to enhances the flavor.
胡椒粉
The white pepper
去腥增香，
to remove its fishness and to make the flavor
Better.
这个调味儿就完成了。
stir it.
And now the seasoning is over. We can see, no, we cannot see, but we can feel. If you come to China, you can feel it too.
然后给里边加入咱们的配菜、腐
So
竹、
these are the auxiliary materials. This is the
Tofu skin.
pork skin,
木耳，
yeah, the black fungi. Have you ever eaten this food before? So if you can type on the screen to let us know.
小青菜，
Yeah, and put the green vegetables. Shiqi, do you like eating the green vegetables?
Actually, for me, it's a little bit how to say because I am actually a good favorer of meat.
Yeah, I'm a vegetarian. And I'm
Yeah.
not a vegetarian, you know.
最后我打去上面这个漂浮的这个血沫，这叫浮沫。
And now we're going to leave the form.
So I have a question that if I want to, you know, make it in the home by myself, so but I failed. So what are the question problems that we need to pay attention to? 师傅，就是这个，如果我们在家里自己做的话，这个会有哪些常见的失败原因呢？就是做失败的话。
失败的原因一个是在挑选食材这一块儿，一定要挑选那个肉质里边含水比较少的，猪肉里边的水分比较少。再一个就是肉的比例要肥3瘦7，有瘦的比例稍微多一点，它的口感会和肥的放在一起的话会更口弹一些。
Okay, so the first step is that we have stressed to you that we need to pick the right ingredients, that we need to pick the correct pork hind leg meat, and we need to the meat needs more water, moisture in it, and you need and second you need to pay attention to is that you need to pick the ratio. And I stress it to that there's a 30% fat and 70% of lean meat, because too much lean meat will make the meatballs dry and tough, but too much fat will make the meatballs too greasy and it will make it fall apart while boiling. So 3 to 7 is the most appropriate ratio. So how about the next reason?
第二个点就是在刚才搅拌的时候，我给大家说过了，主要就是朝一个方向打，一定要把那个肉馅儿打的口弹要上劲儿。
Okay, so the next we need to pay attention to is that when we are, you know, marinated it, we need to stir in one single direction to build the elasticity and to build the firm texture. So in what state we done of this? 我们要打到什么状态，然后才就是这个
打到
合适呢？
大家可以看一下，我给大家演示一下，就是拿
Let us share
拿
present
这个勺
us.
子，
Okay, so please
它要挂到
stay
筷
back
子
in
上
the-
或者挂到勺子上，就是让粘着。大家可以看一下啊，这样这上面掉不下来，就等于打好了。
You need to stick to the spoon or to the chopsticks and not to fall down.
对，要粘连到筷子上，
Yeah,
脱落不下来。
yeah. You need because it is very sticky, so that the effect is better.
And how about the third reason? Do we have the third reason? 我们有第三个就是失败的原因吗？
第三个失败原因就是刚才煮的时候，刚开始下这个丸子的时候，不要打的那个火不要太大，容易把丸子稍微冲散。
Okay, so the third we need to pay attention to is that we do not use the high heat. It will make the balls fall apart. So we might choose the small fire.
现在咱这个丸子就制作好了，刚好
Okay.
给里边放少许的这个香油。
And now the meatball is over, and now we're going to make the auxiliary food.
Yeah, and we need to drizzle some the semi-stir oil.
And now let's see. Wow, can you smell it right now?
I can smell it. It's very refreshing.
Oh. Wow, it looks delicious
It looks
even before we
good. It
taste
looks
it.
amazing.
And let's see, because it has become swollen and becoming very big instead of there's not.
Yeah, and I can't wait to taste it. I can't wait to have a taste. Yeah, and you can see that this is our meatballs. This is our
poached pork meatball soup.
这个都制作好了。
And now it is done. And we can see the color of the soup is very clean and clear without any kinds of some other things. And we can guess maybe from this we can see it is very natural, right? We cannot see
Yes.
other colors, right?
we don't add some chemical substance to make it look better. We only the taste of freshness only comes from its natural ingredients.
Yeah, I remember that in other Shanxi food maybe there's sort of some reddish
Thank
kind.
you.
Oh, thank
谢谢。
you. Because it's spicy, so you become red. But this is not red, so it's very natural.
给你品尝一下这个。
Now
Okay.
let us taste it.
And beside the making process, there are many, the test method. Yeah, someone like to thank you, 谢谢. Someone like to eat it directly, but others might add the other seasonings to make it feel better.
Yeah, for me, I just prefer. Thank you. I just prefer the natural flavor because
Yeah, you guys can see that.
I come from place that is from seaside
Yeah, can you guys
city.
see that? This is the tomatoes, and it is the broth is clear, and you can see that it's very healthy. It's very healthy.
Yeah, I cannot wait. So let me see.
I cannot
Ah,
wait
the
to
color.
taste it. Or
The
the black
color.
fungus, and the color is very colorful.
Yeah, and
And you need to. Do you want to eat it directly? I want to. If I eat, I will want to add some coriander or the vinegar.
for me, I would just take the natural kind of flavor instead of adding some seasonings because every person will have different kinds of flavor, different preferences, and the Chinese food is so rich, so colorful. In order to suit everyone, everyone will have your own choice here. So come to China and visit us, visit Xi'an restaurants, and have this incredible memory.
Yeah, and I can't wait to taste it. Let's taste it.
Okay, you taste
Maybe I
first.
will. Okay.
Oh,
It smells good.
yeah, it smells good. I can feel the fragrance.
The fresh, it's good. It's tasted. I will finish.
Ah, thank you. Let me have. Let me first taste the soup, okay? Oh, it looks good.
Tastes amazing. And the white
I
pepper.
like it. I like
It's so good.
it.
It's so good. I really recommend you to taste it. It's really good.
It's perfect, excellent, marvelous.
Yeah, if you come to Xi'an restaurant and if you come to their Tang Dynasty, the Ever Bright Street, I really recommend you to taste it. It really seems good.
And in this restaurant, people here they are in the habit of wearing hanfu, which is the costume of
Yeah.
Tang Dynasty. So here we are going to have the eat here, and we can witness the experience of being really in the environments of Tang Dynasty instead of in 2026.
Yeah.
So we
And
are
the guests there, they are wearing the hanfu and they're eating dinners and let you feel like that you are
traveled in the past.
Yeah, have the feast, have the banquet in the Tang Dynasty. Yeah.
Yeah, and this kind of environment is always good here. Not only the food, but also the environment and people
Yes,
around
the
you. We are very
environment.
friendly. We are very kind. We are very passionate. We will invite you to every place of here, just in order to make you the best performance.